you on the live drive Jive archive. We're going through the CBD right now, guys. I got a way late start this morning. Had a bit of a concomitant at home, kind of a heartbreaking situation back home in the States, but I'm not going to talk about it. But look at the way the clouds have enveloped China's tallest building here. Isn't that fascinating? So, really good looking panorama out the window this morning. I hope y'all good looking, sexy people are doing well out in Happy Land. And I hope that you are enjoying this panorama of the downtown district of Beijing, China. We are broadcasting to you live from Twilight Zone, Old Peking, where realities shift and churn. The ancient lies exposed in an ultra modern city of what was recorded to be at one point 50 million people. Now, probably the numbers are much lower, dear friends, as the Great Turning has split timelines in multiple directions. Pasts that you may remember to be true could, in fact, be an illusion, and futures that you held to be a possibility may have disappeared into the aether, where an ancient past of Tartaria and old Oriental culture seeps through into a modern reality of ever shifting landscapes, and the tyranny of the technocracy is fully enthroned. The demon king of Peking is real, my friends. I'm sure you know a little something about it these days. Welcome, warrior, wanderer, wizard, and wayfarer alike. I hope you are doing well on this Monday morning transmission. You guys may have noticed that I shaved the sideburns. That's because I'm up for review at work for the position of head of the foreign teaching department. I hope y'all good looking sexy folks are doing well, man. I'm not doing so great today. Had a bit of a kind of a shock to the system, a little bit unfortunate, but you got to roll with the punches, right? Give me a yo if you can hear me all right out in Happy Land. How's the audio coming through today? We doing all right? Whew. You got to build your hopes and dreams on a solid foundation, my friends, because the vicissitudes of life will certainly throw a monkey wrench into your works. And the ever changing landscape of reality and the material sphere. Socrates writes, according to Plato in the Apology, Socrates writes that nothing bad can happen to a good man, and that his affairs are the concerns of the gods. And so I like to think that the gods are working on my side, even when things happen that kind of take the lead out of your pencil, they take the jelly out of your donut, you know? But good, bad, who can say? Sometimes it's just exactly the motivation you need to get you moving in a new direction, all right? When there's a big blast to your home base, maybe it's time to go back and check things out and pick up the pieces and see where you stand and start to build anew, because you definitely can't rewrite the past. I mean, you can, and they prove it time and time again. They're rewriting the past as we speak with things like Wikipedia and Facebook, right? There are certainly verboten topics that we're no longer allowed to discuss. There are other certain things. Uh, I got a bit of a shave, as you guys may see, um, because at work here in the capital, they're not really that fond of facial hair. A mustache and whiskers is not it's not the way they want to represent their company. So, like I said, I'll be up for review for a head teaching position, like head of my department. And so, really, I need to shave it all for the next couple of weeks. But I figured today I've got a light load and I'll keep the mustache for another day or two because you may not know this, but I am a little bit, yeah. You can't always go with what you like. You have to kind of synthesize that with what the world wants too. So they like a clean shaven office type guy to represent if we're going to take pictures. And next couple of weeks, we may in fact be doing photo shoots for positions in the company, which means I'll need to shave and put on a tie and try to look my best, you know. Which you guys probably know if you've been watching me here on the boob tubes long enough that I like to have some interesting facial hair. I think it's more interesting, you know, have some sideburns or a beard or something. And even the mustache. I mean, when I get down to bare minimums, I like to at least have a little mustache. But the world over here in China, they don't necessarily like that. So, in order to show your acquiescence and total compliance to the draconian system, they like you to be fresh shaved all the way across. Clean shaven is what they call it. And it's kind of a Western ideal that was imposed on them. You know, the Chinese were prior to the Western shakeup here of the eight great powers, is what they call it. So there were eight allied nations that came into China like the 1600s through the 1800s, and imposed this imperial system on India and China and Africa and the whole world, really. And so a suit and a tie became the order of the day. And they just abandoned their ancient culture of, well, it truly shows you that it's a global system. Right? We're not operating as independent nation states anymore. We're operating under globalization and a global tyranny, a digital dictatorship, as Richard Dolan likes to call it. So the sooner you learn that, the easier you'll be able to get along with it. So I was checking flight tickets home yesterday, guys. I want to try to come home for the summer and pay a visit. Maybe some gallivanting in California and the Tennessee Valley. Maybe go down to Florida and see you, Monsieur Tiedrick. Maybe up into northern Idaho and see Atlantean Nunu. In 2019, when I flew home last time, round trip ticket cost me around $500 for the ticket, and then after taxes, I ended up spending about $1,000 per ticket, and I got four for me, my wife, and my two children. So that was in 2019. So what do you think a round trip ticket on Air China or American Airlines from Beijing to LA? What do you think that costs today? Give me your best guess. Put it down in the comments. Have you done the research? Do you know what a round trip ticket is selling for these days? And that's if you're even able to secure the flight. They're canceling flights left and right. So you might buy a ticket and then be stuck holding the weenie on it when they cancel your flight and may or may not refund your money or give you another flight. And so you may end up sitting in the airport for 2 or 3 days, which is funny because I just had a friend here at the school at the academy who flew home recently. And do you know what he paid? Do you know what a round trip ticket from Beijing to LA costs right now? Put it down in the comments. Give me your best guess. Monsieur Tiedrick, what do you think? I'll reveal it in the next video. So, yeah, Nothing for Dreamland, guys. I came out of Dreamland well rested this morning, bright eyed and bushy tailed, ready to get up and at 'em. But then I got a bit of some disappointing news from back home, which I'm not going to discuss on a public platform. But I will ultimately journal about it. I will write down the. Yeah, I wish it was only $1,000, Monsieur Tiedrick. That seems like a reasonable price at what I'm looking at right now online. $1,000 would be welcome. If it was $1,000, I'd buy my ticket right now, right? Because that's only a that's only double what it was 2 years ago, right? But it will blow your mind if you go online right now and check the price, Jeff. It would knock your dick in the dirt, man, to know what it actually costs. Think quite a bit more than that. So how to deal with hardship and trauma and bad news? It's funny too because I saw it in my tarot cards. I was shuffling the cards, and on the cut, I saw the blasted tower and the nine of swords and all these dark bad cards coming up. And I'm like, why is the tarot doing this? And so I reorganized a few of the plates and said a prayer and for protection for my family. Yeah, I'm not ready to share it, Jeff. Privately, maybe I'll blog about it over on the Buy Me a Coffee website. And thank you for your latest coffee purchase, Monsieur Tiedrick. I saw that. I haven't been able to use my laptop or get in there and get on the internet much because I've been busy with other shit. My kids are about to take their finals. I had to take my daughter to my school for a grand tour of the school. She's going to be going, hopefully, if we play our cards right, my daughter will be enrolling at my academy next year. Yeah, I do need to talk about it, Jeff, and I probably will. Uh, let's see. Buymeacoffee.com gives me access to your private email, Jeff. Is it all right if I send you a private email later, man? Do you use do you use email much? Because I do have some things I'd like to discuss. I took a bit of a blow recently, and I need some legal advice and just some like commiseration. You know what I mean? Guys, I've arrived at my exit, so I've got to end this feed. But I'm gonna restart a feed as soon as I get on the other side of the toll gate. Much love to y'all, good looking, sexy people out there in Happy Land, as above, so below, as we wander into the abodes of the future. Do good magic. And yeah, I do need someone on my side back in the States, Jeff. So I will be sending you an email later today. So be looking forward to that, my good sir. And catch me on the other side of the toll gate, guys. Until then, 再见.